Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Ardbeg. This is Hypernova, coming in at 51% ABV, no age statement. So Ardbeg released Hypernova, their follow-up to Supernova, here in 2022. And I wasn't sure if I wanted a bottle of it just because we have been murdered here in 2022 over releases from Ardbeg. And it's getting a little ridiculous if you ask me. But nonetheless, my loving wife gifted me this for Christmas because she found it at a really good price. So the whole idea behind Hypernova here is to push even further down the peated route, giving this 170 parts per million ppm of the peated element to it. And to reach that element, they actually had to ship their malt inland to get it peated elsewhere, so they used non-Islay peat for this, which makes me curious on what that's going to do to a Islay Scotch. Because at that point, what we're used to in a Ardbeg peaty Scotch element could change. This is like if you brought it to Indiana and you used Indiana peat to smoke it. Is it possible? Of course. Is it going to change its flavor? Of course. So I'm really curious on this one. So, as always, we'll be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see it changes up. It's a beautiful little topper on here. I'm trying to find its little pull point. And there we go. Okay. As always, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. I will be linking some other Ardbeg reviews up above and down below for you to enjoy after this as well. But yeah, here in 2022, I feel like Ardbeg's going a little nutty here on their releases. Holy crap, that is really light. I always forget how light Ardbeg is. I think it's even lighter than their 10. That is super pale in comparison, I feel like. All right, well, let's go for notes. Wow. The iodine in this. The peaty element is so different. You get salty, you get briny, but it goes almost like deep, rich iodine on there. Very medicinal. A little bit of seaweed going on from that saltiness, so you get this kind of salty green layer. A little bit of citrus, a little bit of like almost a lemon zest in there. But the peaty element is off the charts. Like, it is so peaty that I don't know if I could classify this as peated in my brain right now. Like, it's that much of a shift comparatively. Because it almost goes herbal. It almost goes to plaid. Some people will get that joke. Hopefully a lot of people get that joke. Looking at you. But that is unlike, it goes so medicinal, smoky elements to it, that it is unlike anything else I've ever smelled, especially from Ardbeg. So, let's go for taste. Wow! If you're looking for Nirvana, I think I've reached it. That is the smokiest, saltiest, peated thing I've ever sipped. So peaty that my palate is dried out from it now. Like, wow. It almost takes your breath away. I don't think I'm going to be able to taste anything for like a week now. I'm going to see if I can walk us through it, but this is very, very different. Smoky, peaty, earthy, obviously. The iodine shows up. Charcoal. It's got an ashy charcoal layer here that's very, very, very deep. And it keeps going. There's not a lot of sweet. There's not a lot of breaking that up here. This is thick with the peated element. It's heavy. It's salty and briny. And just a punch in the face. Smoky. but it's almost so smoky, like white smoke. Like it is a clean smoke. The peated element to it is so heavy. And it takes my breath away. I've never experienced that like this before. And as you just keep going, it gets stronger and stronger until it finally starts fading out a bit. I'm going to go for one more sip and see if I can find anything else new. Kind of digging deep here. Maybe a little bit of like a licorice. There's a little bit of licorice here. And maybe a little pop of zest, of that lemon zest going on. But it is heavy, salty, briny, thick. No real ABV on the taste for being 51%. No real ABV. Surprisingly, not a lot of oak either. You don't get that kind of tinge of oak or anything like that. No sharpness, no youth to the taste. It is heavy-handed, and it's going to knock your socks off. I've been on the hunt for the smokiest of whiskeys over the past year. Since I've started the channel, I'll be honest. And I've had quite a few of them, as you see from my shelves. This takes the cake. It's almost so smoky, peaty that your palate dries out. Now I'm curious. What's going to happen with a little dash of water in here? Putting very little in here, and it's because of the market price on this one. I don't want to waste this one. But under most circumstances, when we add water to a smoky, peated whiskey, it tends to bring out some sweeter characteristics and kind of makes all the smoky elements go away. Let's find out. Let's go for notes. Yep. So your smoky, peaty, out the door. It broke it up to be kind of that plastic, the kind of almost Lafroid quality to it. Yeah. Very medicinal as well. No sweetness. I'm not getting really any of that zest. No ABV still. But the saltiness is still kind of showing up, but definitely the peated element has kind of been washed away, just bringing in more of the iodine thickness on the nose with that bit of saltiness. Sweet is gone. And that almost like a antiseptic note, like almost like, cleaning material, like a clean hospital. Yeah. All right, let's go for taste. It goes very medicinal, very clean antiseptic on the taste as well. A little bit of peated and earthy comes through. Not a lot of sweet. No ABV. The licorice is still showing up on the taste, but everything else is very similar without the smoky element. And again, you took out the smoky peaty, but brought in this clean antiseptic hospital taste to it. That is still a ride. My palate is blitzed. It's gone. It's fried for the rest of the day. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. This is an interesting ride. And I think if you end up with a bottle of this, do try this just out of curiosity's sakes. Because I'm going to go back to here to see if we find anything different. Okay, I'm getting a little barbecue-y now. You get a little barbecue-y now. That little bit of almost smoker pit quality to it. Everything else is still there. But you almost get a little tinge of that barbecue note in there. That's so good. All right, let's talk about market price. Because we all know market price is market price. And a bottle like this, it's always going to vary. So originally I wasn't going to pick up a bottle, and it's because of its price. I was like, I really don't want to spend that much on it. My wife, being my wife, the loving person she is, decided to sneak off and go buy it for me. She paid $210 for this, which in the scheme of things is cheap. Most places, if you can find it at Total Wine, which I did see it there once, they want $225. Most places, when I did find it, they want $250, and already the online market is selling this for $300 to $400 plus. I can never recommend that anybody spends that kind of money on whiskey. If you have disposable income, that's another story. But for the average individual, don't spend $200 plus on this. Now, with that being said, if you are looking for Nirvana and you're looking for the smokiest, peatiest thing you've ever tasted, This is it. This is it to a T. Honestly, if you get the opportunity to try this, or maybe go in with some buddies on sharing this bottle, do it. If you guys love Smoky Peaty, this is going to knock your socks off. Again, I would not overpay for this. $210 I think is not a horrible price for it comparatively. I still don't think $225 is a horrible price comparatively. But again, I can't necessarily recommend buying it for that price, just because that's a lot of money for a bottle of whiskey that's going to be drank. Honestly, if you get the opportunity to try this in a bar or to split this with some friends, do it that way. This is a gorgeous bottle. 100% recommend trying it if you can. Just don't break the bank for grabbing yourself a bottle. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Ardbeg Hypernova. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirit I should go looking for, also let me know down below. I love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.